Definitely.
There's going to be some new modes coming to the NBA 2K League in terms of 3v3 modes. What is the difference in your eyes between 3v3 and 5v5 that makes it so interesting?
Sometimes in the 5v5 setting, some players might not shine that much. You might know that they're good, but once you get them in that 3v3 setting, you can really see the difference between an elite center or a solid center, the difference between an elite guard and a solid guard. So once you put these guys in a brand of basketball that most of the viewers love, it's going to go crazy, man. You're going to see a lot of new viewers come in and be like, hey, this is actually fire, and I'm actually a fan of this now.
Yeah, you make a great point about it being 3v3, and I love that the NBA 2K League is actually going to bring...
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. One of the most unique sculptures you'll ever see. The Fist of Joe Louis at Hart Plaza. We're coming to you from Detroit, Michigan. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Paul George has shown over the years that he remains one of the...
David, he clearly is a special talent, and his resume shows it. Thank you. Greg, both teams love to push the ball up the floor, even off of made shots.
And trying to get those easy ones before the defense can get set is always an advantage, and you're seeing more and more teams trying to speed up their pace of play.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. The stars of the team, Leonard and George, are the forwards. Johnson is out there with the doctor, and it's Tillman in at the 5, home in the paint. And for the Pistons, Cunningham and Bay share the wing duty. Isaiah Stewart out there with Jeremy Grant, and it's Lee in at the point guard position. Cunningham's shot is off. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Here's the doctor. Traps in the tray.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
They get it back. And Stewart gets it to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Knocks down the 3 ball. And it's 6 points for the doctor.
Well, that's almost a sure thing when you leave him that wide open on the perimeter. I mean, that's his sweet spot.
George against Grant. Unloads from 13. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
And we all know what George brings offensively, but it's his ability as a defender that stands out. Great instincts to make plays on that end of the floor.
Now here's Cunningham after the miss from the doctor. Passes it to Stewart. Excellent D there from George.
That's a shot they're always happy to give, even when he blows the finish.
Fires from deep. No good from the doctor. And with Paul George and his defense, Greg, you almost forget how great of an impact it makes.
He just kind of flies under the radar with his defensive play. I mean, this guy could be considered for the Defensive Player of the Year almost every year. One of the more disruptive forces on that end of the floor.
Clock at 4. Lee outside. And again, it's the Pistons missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. No good from the doctor.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Lee with the ball. Now guarded by the doctor. So the Clippers winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Well.